Welcome back, you guys. This is your girl Kim. We just gonna jump right on into this topic today because it is juicy.
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking, oh, talking. Tamara, Kim, Shika, and Ave. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you don't miss a single video, because you know they be talking. Period.
All right. So we were talking about soulmates, and is there a such thing as a soulmate, or how you feel about it? I mean, I know we hear all the time, oh he's my soulmate, or she's my soulmate. But what is it? What is a soulmate? And is there such thing? Cause you were gonna ask what is a soulmate?
I was gonna ask, what's the definition of a soulmate? Let's get that first.
Well, I mean, what y'all think? What y'all think it is?
No, I really believe people have to grow into being, I don't know. I don't know. No, or just grow into that place of where you feel like you're one with this person. Because I think that's what that soulmate thing mean. Like, we're one. I know he finishes my sentences. I finishes his. Little cute stuff. When I see him, I just get shiver. Oh, that's puppy love. Not just playing. Or when, or like, I thought about you when you called me. I know that happens a lot with me and my husband. Like, I could think about him and he'll call, or he'll say, "Dang, I was just about to call. I was just thinking about you," or something like that. But I think that stuff. I believe that's with growth. With you and the individual getting to know one another, you and the individual, growing together in love. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the.
Hold on, Sheikah. I remember talking to you. Why you looking like that?
No good. Go ahead.
I remember in the beginning you used to talk about how you guys are so much in love, right? Yeah, I don't want to name no situations, but what I will say is, you guys was talking about you would talk about how he was the one for you, like you would talk about
we were talking about when we first started out.
Right. Well, would you say that you thought that was your soulmate purpose, or you think
even with that, I feel like with that it was just infatuation. Like I was infatuated with him.
Okay.
Just I don't want to go into all that, but being that he was the first one to introduce me to a lot of things, I think that had a lot to do with it.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know what it was about him, because I didn't think he was, in the beginning, before we started talking, I didn't think he was like my type of what I would go after. Does that make sense? Yeah. But it was the communication. It was the talking that got me, because one day, I don't know what happened. He was like, did he say he was done? Or I said I was done. I was like, well, hold up, because I would play hard to get, like, I don't want to be your girlfriend. Nah. But we were talking every single day. And then I think one day he was like, yeah, I'm trying to talk to this other girl, because it wasn't a thing that we were going together. So It's okay if he's trying to talk to someone else. Okay. Because according to me, we just friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hold up, no, what's the girl? Then I started hearing girls at school talking about, no, wait a minute, time's out. So I don't know. I believe that soulmate thing. I believe it can be, but I don't think it's something like right off the bat, like like somebody said they met their soulmate. They got two soulmates. I know one lady. He got two soulmates. Her ex-husband and her husband now.
Oh my!
Her ex-husband.
Don't act like you don't know this.
You had to get me up to speed.
Well, get me up to speed.
Say any name on this show.
I'm not saying no names, but we was in a vehicular, and this lady said, ooh. She said his name. She said, ooh, that's my soulmate. And I think she still got something for him. Now, that's a young lady. Been married to her husband for years. She was like, and then I think Kim asked her, she said, well, what about your husband? She was like, yeah, he my soulmate too, but this one. And I looked at Kim, I said, he put that key in that thing and he locked it, didn't he?
That thing down. Okay, well, with that, do you guys think that there's a such thing as love is first sight? You get what I'm saying? Or what do
No.
you guys think about soulmates? Y'all don't think so?
You know what? I do think love at first sight is possible. I think
Y'all
it's
must
rare,
ain't
but
seen
it's
my 10.
possible. But as far as a soulmate, I think, because my thing is that if there's such thing as soulmate, that means like there's somebody that like a particular person that is meant to be your soulmate, like from like this is your person, right? And you gotta somehow meet up with this person, your path gotta cross, or whatever. So does everybody or whoever have that particular person? Like, is that what a soulmate is? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it have to be a specific person, or can anybody be your soulmate if you put the work in? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put the work in a relationship.
That's the way I'm looking at it. Like, I think
they gotta grow into
work and time.
Yeah.
We can grow into being soulmates, like our soul.
Right.
We're knitted together. That's how I look at it.
I agree. I think it starts off at lust is first sight.
Come on, and that lust is strong.
It's very strong.
Yes, ma'am.
It's strong.
You ladies have not seen Titanic.
Girl,
you don't get me started on the fact that both of them could have fit on that raft, and she had that dog water.
Selfish.
Okay. Go ahead, Ave. Finish your thought.
But yeah, I think there's lust at first sight, and then if the relationship proceeds, then comes love. But I don't necessarily believe that a soulmate is something that's real. I really do believe that the relationship would work based on what you put into it. So it's not that there's just one particular person out of the billions of people
right
put on this earth
right
only for you, and when the ships and the stars align and Pisces is in Uranus, and then y'all paths will cross and it'll just be forever. And then I don't believe that, you know what I mean? Just like I don't believe that if you're this sign and you're that sign that you can't be together. If you're I just think it really comes down to the work that you put into it, and like because work it, then that could be your soul life mate.
Yes I agree with that.
It's a choice.
I believe if all of us believe, or we don't believe that soulmate is a thing, if it was a thing, then it would be easy to say that God put people together. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If we had a soulmate, God put you with a certain person. If we had a soulmate,
but a lot of people still believe that, because a lot of people will say, like, I mean,
God
like,
made them just
God made you just for me, and I mean, it's cute. It's a cute little thing to say, but like, is there truth to it? Like, because if
once y'all together, I feel like
once y'all married, together,
once I'm married to that person and we together, you mine. And I mean, leave. The Bible says a man leaves mom and dad and cleave. They become one. So that's why I get the intertwine, that knitting together. Once we together, you were made just for me, because now you're my husband.
But not
okay,
before.
so then you're my soulmate.
But not before, right?
That was my thing. Yeah. It's something you grow into. I don't think it was before you meet that person.
Right.
I don't think like Ave say it's whimsical, but I do have a question.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think it's like this, like, TV. Oh, no. Nigga, no. But I do have a question. You was at lust at first sight with your husband.
Ave.
Yeah, because she said she believed in this lust at first.
Absolutely. Let me tell you.
That thing was ready. That thing was ready when you saw it.
Girl, that thing was ready. Engine revved. Engine been running since 1922. I was just waiting for the driver. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All jokes aside, I did pray for my husband.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 19, 20, because I was like, Lord, you know me and you know how I am, how my mouth is. Please don't send him to me until I'm ready, because I would legit just destroy and mess this up. So please don't send. So when you send him to me, let me know that that's him, because I could be team too much. So when I saw him through the windows of the Applebee's glory, and I was somebody else's date to their prom.
Oh wow!
Now you know you
yes, he did.
Hot to try.
Mm-hmm. Honey, I was in
At
the car
Applebee's.
with my date, saw him through the window, and I was like, that's him. That's mine right there.
Oh wow.
Had a date. Sure did.
Soulmate.
My date and him were friends, like really close, like best friends.
Oh,
But I say all that to say it was lust at first sight. Yes, it was.
Well, hold on, wait a minute.
I was going to say how you know it was. Well, I ain't gonna say how you know it was lust. When
she
you flutter, like you get jittery and stuff like that.
Hold
Huh?
on, you said
Right, 'cause
your
when you saw him, what
date
happened?
and he and your date was best friends.
Yes.
Hold on, I bet. When you saw him, what happened? How you
Oh,
knew
I
it
knew it
was
was lust at first sight because when I saw him, I wanted to sleep with him.
You already, you know what?
Looking through Applebee's blinds.
Oh, she's like, oh, Jeremiah.
And that thing started jumping, huh?
One time for the percolator. Yeah. And I was like, that's him. That is,
Really, Ave?
I lie to you not. And yeah, because the guy that I was on the date with, I was going with him to his prom as his date. And he liked me, and it wasn't nothing like that, but I told him, I was like, look, I'll go with you as a friend, you know, just that. But when I saw my husband through that, girl.
So you didn't know him before that? You seen him the first time through the
I saw him through the blinds, literally we're pulling in, and I looked up, and it was like, ding dong. We about to lose this really soon.
Whoa.
And we did.
Oh my Lord.
And we got married and everything. So like, you know, he was my one and only. But I do say it was definitely lust at first sight. I do believe that. And then came the love because, you know, you're lusting and the infatuation, like she was saying, and the butterflies and all of that kind of heightens, you know. Now that I think about it, you know, that's really not a good precursor to start. You know, like that anxiety, is that normal? Like, are you really supposed to feel that, or should it be like a peaceful, calm thing? I don't know.
Was it rageful?
I wanted to cry.
Because honestly, with Daniel, I didn't get to that point of wanting to try it to after it wasn't like an immediate, like, oh, I'm gonna get him. Oh, I'm gonna get him. No, it wasn't. It was more like, you get on my nerve, leave me alone. Why you mess with me? Get away from me, da 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 da. And then we started talking because he finally asked me for his phone number, and I was like, okay. And I gave it to him, and we just started talking. That's what started it, the conversations. And he would sing to me and play the piano. Stuff like that.
Right there.
And then one day, like some of the stuff he was saying, his voice on the phone, I was like, oh my God. And it just took a minute. But I remember one day, like, I ain't never did this before, but I think I want to do this with you. You know? It was one of those things. So, Lord, you ever heard the Lay's commercial? Once you pop,
honey, you just don't stop.
Oh my God. Y'all
never stop. It ain't stopped.
For me, it didn't I looked, he was very much a gentleman. So it never crossed my mind that we would even get to the sleeping together part. Right. He was such a gentleman, and he it would start off as friends. Like you said, we were friends, and I always thought he was handsome. And then the gentleman part is what won me, him being a gentleman, him always saying, you know, are you okay? You know, I don't want to disrespect you, or, you know, how you feel about it. He was very gentleman, like, you know, that way. And it came naturally. It wasn't like he was trying to win nobody over, you know? Yeah. So I think once I got to know him like that, it was like a year, like because we were on the ship together. We met right before the ship got on the way. And we were on the ship the whole time. And I think he had a girlfriend back home. And I was talking to somebody, but once we hit port, where his actual girlfriend he was talking to, where she stayed, she was staying there, and we came into port, and he was just like, he told her, you know, I'm done. It's over, basically. And then I was trying to talk to him. I'm like, well, you know, make sure that's what you want and all that stuff. And I said, because at the time we were just still friends. And I was scared because I'm like, I had just got hurt by somebody. And I'm like, I ain't trying to get into it. And I just want to be, you know, cool. But we continue to meet on the mess decks and we were and yeah, the conversation was good, you know. For real, the conversation was good. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of girls was after him. And they would come to me and oh, y'all talking, blah blah blah. I said, we just friends, you know, nothing like that. And I think that kind of like he was like, why she keep putting me off as just a friend?
Just friend.
Yeah, because I'm like, you got too many groupies for me, sir. Now, because but I really like them, you know, and he showed a vulnerable side like early in the relationship. I think he had like some family pass away or something like that. And he was vulnerable and he would talk about it. And we would just, you know, be there for each other. So I think I grew in love with that. But every time I would see him, I would get butterflies. And you know, he never died, I would get butterflies. Do y'all know, even to this day, when he walk in the house, I get butterflies.
You know what? That's so
like,
sweet.
wow.
Sometimes me too. Just depending on, sometimes at work, I miss him so much.
Yeah.
Like the day he came in the house and I heard his voice.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone with y'all and I was like, ooh. It's sometimes, not every day. I don't do it every time he walk in the house, but
every time he come home, I could be mad.
I'm like, that nigga, go let me.
But no, see, I could be mad. I could be mad. But knowing he's in here and I'm mad, I know we're gonna get it together. Or either we gonna, you know, I'm mad at you, or I know you're mad at me.
But it's gonna get better. We're gonna get it. We're gonna work it out, and we're gonna get things
so
together.
I've still had those butterflies. And I told him that one time. He was like, for real? I'm like, don't let it go to your head. But no, but he the butterflies is still there because he's still very much a gentleman in like every, you know, area. You know, I never even thought to ask God about having a gentleman.
Because and you know what? And I used to see Vernon especially, and I'm not lying, like when I say this, when we younger, when Kim would be so aggressive, like rawr, Vernon was very mild and reserved.
Yeah.
He wouldn't like raw back. But this one time he put her to her place and she shut right up. I was like,
what she said? She was like, yes, daddy.
Well, she just got quiet. She just got quiet.
Like, I can't believe he said this to me. No.
I was like, me and Daniel both were like, oh, because it was really.
I absolutely was the aggressive in the beginning because I felt like I'm not about to take no advantage of me no more. I'm tired of it. Doggone it, you know. So I think I went about it the wrong way instead of, you know, like counseling. We didn't go to counseling till a couple of years in. I mean, really go and really, you know, work at it. And like you said, then we became, I guess what you could say, soulmates.
Yeah.
After that, because there's a lot of things I didn't like, a lot of things he didn't like, and I wouldn't have thought that's my soulmate in the beginning. It was,
you know, and I think that's what a lot of people think too, because if you think about it, everybody's an individual. We all have so many differences, and sometimes, like, you know, he do this and he do that, and you know, he could never be my soulmate. But like every relationship takes work. Like it's not just gonna come and then automatically be that. You know, you got to work at it. You know what I'm saying? For it to get to that place, and you got to look beyond the fact that he don't never put that toilet seat down. And you know what I'm saying? Like he dropped his clothes right there. Or he messy or whatever. If you could look beyond that fact and still be with somebody or other things, like you have your pet peeves. Yeah. If you could look past the things that they do that's like your pet peeve, then I think it could work.
And as you get older, those little things isn't important.
It's nothing.
You start to appreciate
nothing.
You get to know that person. And life, the way you view life started to change. So him not wanting to keep his watches in the watch box perfectly, which really bothers me to do, but it still isn't something that's a deal breaker. Yeah. It's just, dang, why you don't put the watches back like we got them set up so you can see which watch you want to wear? Yeah. Because he got a nice collection. And so he like, I don't like my watches like that. I just like to grab and go because he don't want to take the watch off the little watch thing and put boy. I was just fussing about that today when I was straightening up. Like, but those little things aren't important. Back in the day, though, Samara, you know me.
Right.
You know to ask me a bunch of questions. Now, is he at home? Is he cheating? Do he take care of you and kids? All the answers, I checked all the boxes. We got into a little debacle the other day. It wasn't even like real crazy. It was just a disagreement. And I was like,
Nothing.
And no, I said,
If you asked me, it was nothing.
and I was
But
like,
this heifer was ready to get a divorce, child. I'm like, let me ask you a question. So, okay, so did he hit you? Oh no. Okay. Did he cheat? Girl, no. Okay, all right. Okay, well, let me think. Does he provide? Like, is he not paying the bills? No. Oh no. Okay, well, do he be coming home and stuff? Like he be staying out? Girl, no. So it's like, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why she wanted to get a divorce. Like what'd he do?
You know what he did. You know what it was. And my thing was, it was for me.
Principal.
That's the ultimate no.
I got you.
And he said he asked me the same questions she asked.
Lord, if that
He
ain't
sat me down. He was like, "So let me ask you this, babe, before we go this far. Do I do X, Y, Z, blah blah blah?" He just started name. I was like, "Is this the Lord or is this the Lord?" Because
the Lord.
Mara literally just asked me those questions.
you, Courtney, and him, all y'all were like, "Girl,
go sit down."
And I think both of you, I think y'all were going through your thing. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know about the soulmate, like, as beforehand, because I think then it's unfair, because some people would say, God put us together. Then God isn't a respecter of person, so why he didn't put me with? Then another person be like, well, why God didn't put me and my man together? And if God did it, why we ain't stay together? And I don't know. I don't know. Even though I believe any relationship you're in, it is a choice.
Yes.
Because people choose to stay in horrible relationships and make it last. People choose to stay in good relationships and make it work. I just believe you both have to be willing to put the work in, to choose each other every day.
Every day.
To choose each other every day, to sit down and make it work.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then I believe in that choosing process, or in that process, you become soulmates. I do. Because every day, even though Kim get butterflies with running every day, I'm pretty sure y'all have had some rough patches in your marriages.
Absolutely.
And you've had to make a choice and say, okay, well, how do we figure it out?
Yeah.
I don't know of any marriage that's perfect. And even though we love each other and we choose to be in love with each other, and I think that's even work in a choice to work on keeping yourself. We made a commitment long ago. We're gonna do date nights. And one of the things I found out that to start that soulmate process is when you start to go through your own personal things. You know how sometimes you could be going through things. And it's easier to draw away from that person because I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, I'm dealing with this, and I'm dealing with that. Same with him. Or he may be dealing with this or dealing with that. And when I see him drawn away because he's overwhelmed with work, or he's overwhelmed with trying to figure out how this is going to work or whatever, there are times I can see him just like, okay, it's been days and he kind of to himself, he's not being himself, he's not talking. I'm like, no, what's up, bro? Because we don't get that luxury, and he does me the same. Honestly, I hate it, but what it does, it make us draw closer, because he like, talk to me. What's wrong with you? I remember when the girls had left, I was sitting out in the garage on the couch crying, and I was doing it for like 2 or 3 days, and I missed him. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm dealing with life and change, and I'm just crying. He come out there, he like, and I wanted to be alone, okay? I wanted to be reserved and to myself. I don't want you coming out here. He was like, no, get up. You come in here. You're not finna be depressed. You're not finna be sitting out here crying about them girls. They fine. He called your mama crying, talk to your mama. Like, he did. And he was just like, that's not what we're gonna do. And so I think instead of drawing away in those moments, because I believe things like that, when you're going through tests and trials, it will cause a strain on the relationship. But you have to make a conscious choice to pull together and dig into it. I'm not gonna allow you. You frustrated at work, but talk to me.
You here now?
Come over here. I got something to help you with that frustration.
Oh my God.
No, but those things is what help you get through those rough patches. I found for us, and I believe it's for anybody, because it's easy to withdraw and be like, well, I'm talking to such and such on the job, and he doing this, but you ain't even went home and tried to talk to your wife, and now you looking at. Or try to talk to your husband. Now you're looking at such and such on the job.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
So good. You
That's
said a whole
awesome.
word. Mm-hmm.
So there is such thing as a soulmate, but it's not like a soulmate is not instant. A soulmate,
There you
like a soulmate is a relationship that works, that it's working. That's your person. Y'all making it work together. Both of y'all are on the same page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all making it together. That's y'all soulmate. Because I believe y'all got y'all soulmates.
So
And I'm so happy for y'all.
Well, I ain't gonna say this because we're gonna go back into best friends and husband and wife.
Do you believe what?
Yeah, we can go.
No, I was gonna say, do you believe that you can have soul mate friendships? Like our friendship grew into this, not like like we intimate, having sex intimate, but
Yeah.
because you got to think about what your soul is. Your
Yes,
will,
friendship. I
your
believe that
emotion,
too.
your
I do.
intellect. So I believe certain friendships can grow into something strong.
Yes.
Well, that's how soul ties come about, right?
Right, but it takes work. It takes work.
Yes, it does.
And you could, but I do think boundaries are important even in those friendships because you don't want to put anybody in a place where they don't belong. Because what happens, they end up disappointing you. And you be like, I thought we was this and that. And you got them, you have them in this place, unrealistic expectations from
talk about it.
And then you looking at this person to do one thing and they don't even know. So I think it's important, even in those relationships, to put them in their proper perspective. Absolutely. And even with your soulmate husband, you can put him in a place that he need to be, and then you look up, he ain't fulfill you, because even in that, fulfillment doesn't come from that marriage.
Right, because he is not God. No matter what, your soulmate is not God.
And I'm about to go into something else, but then I don't even want to go there. But
let me tell you, that's so good that you said that, because I used to put my husband in a place that only God was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I was unhappy and I was annoyed because I was like, this don't make no diggity dang on sense. It don't make no sense why he can't do X, Y, Z, LMNOP. Duh. I mean, hello. It is not that hard. What is the problem? And I had unrealistic expectations. I was expecting something from him that he would never be able to give me.
Right.
My Father, God, would be able to give me. But you don't realize that you put people in places that they do not belong because you're not taught the hierarchy of how things should be when it comes to relationship. Yeah. You hear what God is joined together, let no man pull asunder. Like, okay, so bet. Okay, God put us together, we're going to be together forever and ever and ever. But not realizing that in that doesn't mean that you put your husband here, God is there, then it's your husband, then it's you. So really, honestly, I know that's, but I really think like God here and he here, and then I'm like it's just this mental thing of me thinking like God, him, me. Like I just don't. I like being under. Don't get me wrong, but I mean like, but in those type of hierarchy situations, I just.
You want to go up. You want to be just a little bit.
You want to be on top sometimes.
Just a little.
I bet it sounds like controlling. That sounds like you just want to be a little controlling. Like God, him, you. I just need to be right there, just a smidge. And then
you're right. I'm working on. You're right.
That's what it sounds like. No, but I don't know. I
just want to drive the car sometime. That's all.
Thank you. That's a perfect way to put it. Tired of being passenger. I'm gonna drive too. Shoot, I got a license.
I guess it depends on the person, the personalities, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's hey, and your person's supposed to balance you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sheikah, you said Kim used to be really aggressive, and Vernon was so cool, calm. Now imagine if both of them were aggressive. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't work.
That'd be me.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, that's y'all.
Yeah.
What you say?
Let's leave that alone.
Both of them are aggressive.
Like, because then you wouldn't respond the way Vernon would, and I didn't expect him to. Right, like the way he made up, and his, like, if we got into a debate or argument, his response and the way he came out was not like Vernon. Vernon would just be like, "You all right?" and be quiet. He'd sit back and say, and Kim be doing all this, he like, "Lady, calm down," and he'd be so calm, and Kim be
that's exactly what he would say.
Kim be so fired up, and even if it's a serious conversation between them, Vernon be like, "Well, I don't." Yeah. Even his explanation be like, "Well, I didn't even see that over there." Like, it be real low. Kim be like, well, Vernon, I expect you to see it. I don't see how you ain't see it. He'll just walk out shaking the head or something, and Kim still be going on. I'll be like, girl, let that man.
He
said he didn't see it.
He's nonchalant. He's nonchalant. So that makes me feel like he don't care, you know. So we had that whole conversation about it. You're like, what you mean? I don't care. I'm like,
I just don't want to argue with you.
He never wants to. Never. And that's okay. You know, I've come to see now that that's okay. But when I don't want to argue, it's a whole thing, because he was like, that ain't you. That ain't you.
Yeah. He's scared. He's scared. Oh Lord.
But no, I think I have changed a lot because I see that. I seen that in me. And honestly, I seen that as a child. That's how I seen my parents. You know, my mom was the woof. She was the bulldog. My daddy was, calm. I never see him get upset. He would walk away, and I'm just like, Mom, what you doing to him? And I will always think like, what is going on? And I seen him get mad one time. I'm going to say it. They grown, they old now. But anyway, I seen my daddy get mad one time, and he actually put his hands around my mama's neck. And you would think, we would think like, oh my God, you know, it was more like, which was kind of barking real.
Look, that's what you get.
You know, it was one of the moments where, golly, Daddy, don't hurt her, but golly, you know,
it was one of the moments the kid was like, that's it, Daddy. That's it,
Daddy. But when I say my mama, she never backed down. She was, and I think it's because of her stature. She's really short. My daddy's really tall, and I don't know if she thought people would try to come for her because of her stature a lot of times. And so she had to talk big. She had to, you know, stand her ground. And I think that's where I got it from. I always did that. And I was talking to Vernon about it. I said, well, you know, I don't want to be at a place where I'm belittling you, or I'm you know, not respecting your manhood, you know, because I know that when he get mad, I'm not gonna be able to take him. You know what I mean? In a fight, I'm not gonna be able to take him now. You know, I said I might have to pick up something, knock you out with, but I got to make sure you out. Cause the brother ain't wrapped too tight when he gets mad. When he gets mad, I'm telling you, I have seen him really, really, really mad a couple of times, and it scared me.
Oh,
so
wow.
I said, thank the Lord that he is sober. He's sober when it comes to that. Because and so I think that made me change a lot, because I recognized, I seen my mama in me and in our relationship, because she was the loud mouth. She was the one that, you know, said her thing, said her piece. But when I tell you my daddy loves her, when I tell you she even through all of that, he was like, now you know I love your mama. You know I love that woman. I'm like, but she just, he's like, I love her.
So Kim, you put the work in.
I mean,
put the work in.
Yeah, I think so. But it's like, I wish I could have saw that earlier. You know, like when she was seeing it, I didn't see it.
Well, that's all in growth. That's how we grow.
Yeah. And y'all got some comments about soulmates, or you want to tell us about your soulmate, or what you think a soulmate should be? Please comment below, like, share, you know, and leave us some comments. We'll reply. Yeah. All right. So
you don't hear nothing about y'all thinking y'all soulmates at first sight.
I'm thinking the same thing, huh?
I just like. Well, until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you don't miss a single video, because you know they be talking.